love, our hearts align. Embroidered dreams.
Hello, everybody. Hi. As soon as I hit live, the fan to my exhaust fan started going full blast because it's a little windy outside. Hi, everybody. And you might hear Munchie barking in the background. She does not want to be in a room by herself. Hi, everybody. Today is the 17th of October. How are y'all doing? Yesterday, I released part 7 of Festive Fancywork. If you got the embroidered version, you should have an email from me. Check and see. I think I got it straight how to send a group email to everybody without it messing up. I hope so. Hi, everybody. So who guessed deer as the next design in this quilt? I know several of y'all did. Deer, that's what we're starting on in this quilt. Deer. Let me pull up the picture. Oops, not that one. This one. Deer, that is what we are starting. So part 7 is the beginning of row number 4. Could I make that more confusing? We are starting row number 4. So it's the first half, blocks 1 through 4 of row number 4. Hi, everybody. It's so great to see you. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Today we're just chit-chatting, and we're not going to stay real long because Munchie's in the other room, and she demands full attention these last couple of days. And I have a chocolate cake to bake and about, let's see, 8 times 4, 32 sandwich rolls to bake for the bake sale tomorrow. No pressure. Hi, everybody. Daniel and Darlene guessed deer, and I think Chrissy did. I think there were a couple other ones. The deer are starting. It's going to be so cute. I have my my part 4 is stitched up. Here's the start of, well, actually the deer started the row above it, right? The very tops of their antlers are in row number 3, but the deer heads are starting to take shape. Donna said, if you think so, no pressure. I've got I'm starting to drink my energy drink. I'm going to need full energy for this evening. Catherine said, that's a lot of kitchen work. It is. It is. The good news is I don't have to cook supper because we're going to have leftovers from yesterday. So that's just to reheat, and then I'm full on baking mode. Hi, Betty. It's so good to, I'm so glad you're here. Isn't that looking good? So this is rows 1 through 4 of part 7, right? And then I do have this all together, and I'll just hold that up. I think I showed this last week, right? Isn't that looking so good? Actually, I wish I had time to do the fabric version at the same time. I really wish I did. Daniel said, but your house is going to smell so awesome. It is. And right in time to go to bed, too, because it's going to take me a few hours. And the house will smell like fresh bread. And then you go to bed hungry and dream about food all night. Am I changing colors as I go? Nope. The embroidered version, I'm doing all the same color, even though there's several different color stops in the stitch out. That's just instructions to tell the machine to stop, you know. And I'm using the same thread color throughout everything so that it looks like red work, or in my case, black work, right? So yeah, I just wanted to stop in today to chat just a little bit, see if y'all have questions. And yeah, it's been a busy week. I don't see a slack day between now and Christmas, really. Uh, it's getting real with the studio tour coming up. I have about a month, like 4 weeks. We just met this past Monday and put addresses on about 2,500 postcards that went in the mail this week. And I'm getting ready to order some. They have wheels on the bottom, and they're like design wall, or not design. They're not design walls. They're like display walls that you can move around because they got wheels on the bottom. I'm going to order a whole bunch of those so I can hang quilts and different projects on them. So yeah. Mimsy says, I love red work. Me too. I made banana nut muffins and chocolate chip muffins yesterday. I love a muffin. I love a muffin. I would tell you, do y'all have 7-Eleven where you live? This is so random. But before I started working for myself, I used to work for an interior design distributor, right? And I used to do restoration work for them. And I worked for them for 16 years. And it was about a 30-minute commute to work. And every morning, I would stop at either Wawa or 7-Eleven. Well, 7-Eleven started carrying these peach muffins that had a custard in the middle of the muffin. And let me tell you, I was hooked on these peach custard muffins. I don't even really know if you could call it a muffin. I mean, that's what they called it, was a muffin, but it was more like dessert. And I had one of those for breakfast until they stopped selling them, which was a good solid 6 months. And I've never seen them since. But I haven't been to a 7-Eleven in a really long time, so there's a chance that maybe they carry them again. Mimsy said, your Santa looks fantastic. I love the quilting. Thank you. This is the printed version. I was doing some free motion quilting on that earlier today, and I think I've printed it on several different materials. And I think the polyester poplin is the best one, and it quilts beautifully. And so I think I'm going to offer some prints of this Santa in my Etsy shop next week. I have to find time to print him because it takes a hot minute to print one because he's big. And you have to press him a couple times because he's bigger than the heat press. When will the free motion quilting video of Santa be? I hadn't planned on doing a video, Donna. He's already quilted. I did a little snippet of the quilting, but I didn't film the whole thing. Mimsy's dog sitting. House and dog sitting. Darlene is deboning a chicken for the pups' chicken stew. I bet they love that. I bet they love that. Munchie has grown like doubled her size. And she has a broken foot. So we were at the vet yesterday, and she had a little cat. Well, little. It's not little. It was the full length of her leg. She got a little cast on. Oh, it's a splint, really, but we're calling it a cast. Let me turn off my notifications because that's annoying. There we go. Darlene said, Donna, you will go crazy with the Santa and all of your embellishments. Don't we know that she would fancy that up with some metallic thread somehow, wouldn't she? Mimsy asked, how does she do that? Well, okay, so we had that storm that came through last weekend, right? Well, we live close to the water. Like if you go down this dirt road, it goes down to the water. And it was flooding because of the storm, and the water came all the way up into the parking lot of the marina and over the dirt road. And I had walked down there with Munchie, and we looked at the water, and she had fun playing in the water, and we came home. And then Harlan walked down there with her and Dolly, and they had the best time. They were playing, splashing in the water and all that stuff. And on the way back, she's a healer. So she's nipping at your heels the whole time you're walking. Or under your feet, circling around your feet. And she tripped Harlan up, and he accidentally stepped on her toe. And he has felt like this big all week long. I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad for her. But she's actually much better. But we did take her to the vet, and she's got a little fracture in one of her little toe bones. He feels so horrible, y'all. But she is getting better. Davy said, another Santa would be good for your tour. I know, right? I think I could charge less for this one because it took only a fraction of the time. I quilted it very simple, just black quilting thread in the black outlines and a couple little details of the face, right? It was so simple. And I did a free motion like meander in the background. And I only spent maybe 25 minutes on it. So the other quilt, I plan on putting a nice price tag on that one, right? But yeah. Oh, Mamsie, your hubby did that with your other grandpuppy. I know. Isn't it so sad? And she's just at your feet the whole time you're walking. You know what I'm saying? And part of it is just being a puppy, but part of it, like her breed, I guess that's why they call him a healer. She's just at your heels the whole time you're walking. And daggone it. So, yeah. The deer. So next week we're finishing up row 4, right? It'll be the rest of the deer heads, the tops of the heads. And there's a little bit of a design popping in between the deer. Did you see that? Like this part. This right here. That is something. I actually love watching these stitch out. I don't know if you're doing the embroidered version or not, but I love watching them stitch out. Donna said, I can't wait for the Patreon retreat. Yes. Oh, so that's a good reminder. Sunday, we're hanging out from 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're on Patreon, it's technically the Tiny House Quilt Retreat, but I'm going to be doing bindings, y'all. I have bindings to put on a whole bunch of stuff. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. You know what I'd really love to do is to, what was it, like a year ago, we made the Lone Star quilt and Patreon. I'd love to get that on the frame and get that quilting. I'd like to have that for the studio tour too. I'd really like to get that all done. So Sunday, day after tomorrow, Darlene, that's the mini retreat. And then the big week of retreats, but hold on a second. Let me look through my calendar. Oh, it starts the big week of retreats. The 19th from 3 to 7. And then Tuesday evening, 7 to 10 p.m. Thursday night, next week, 7 to 10 p.m. Friday nights, 7 to midnight. And then Saturday morning, the 24th, we're doing 9 to 3 p.m. So next week, I'm going to knock a lot of stuff out. Mimsy, thank you. Yep, I got my collage quilt all done. I think last week I was talking about it, and I said it was either going to be like really amazing or not. I think it turned out really cool. I think it turned out really good. Catherine said, our granddaughter's son, a cat with anxiety. How many cats do not have anxiety? And he hisses at me, and sometimes it scares the daylight out of me, and I scream, which scares the cat, and I feel bad for him. Cats are hilarious. We have 2 cats now, because May passed a few weeks ago. But we have Ashley Nugget, which is a boy, and he is an awesome cat. And then we have Evie, who's borderline feral, and you don't hardly ever see her. Miss Steffi, send me a message Friday evening, and I'll send you the link for Saturday's Zoom, okay? Because I specifically did Saturday morning Zoom so that you could be there, okay? So even though you're not on Patreon at the moment, send me an email, okay? And I'll send you the link for the Zoom for Saturday, all right? Next Friday. I don't have the link yet. Next Friday, send me an email. So that's about it, y'all. We're going to keep it short and sweet this week. Trying to think, is there anything else I can tell you? And I don't think there is. I was just looking through my notes, but there's nothing else on there. Darlene, shoot me a message, okay? I think there's a way to do that, but I forget how to do that, and I have to look it up, okay? But shoot me a message. I'm so distracted right now because my dad is outside with Dolly, who has evidently become their dog now. They open up the door between the houses and she goes over. Y'all notice she hasn't been in my room for a couple of weeks now. That's because she is a trader and she is, during the day, goes and lives with them. She comes over here to eat, and then when it's time to go to bed, she comes over because now she likes to go upstairs and go in our bed. But during the day, she's not our dog anymore. She goes over to my parents' house. But well, here's why. If I could show you, he's rolling in the grass with her in the front yard. And he is way more fun than I am, so that could explain it. Yeah, Harlan is still home. So he has taken on some odd jobs, doing gutters for people, cutting down brush for people. Some other stuff he was doing, I forget, but now he has poison ivy on his arm. And right now he has gone across town with a husband of another artist in the studio tour, and they're putting up a big sign as you come into Matthews for the studio tour with the dates and everything on it. So he's doing studio tour work right now. But even though he's home, he really hasn't been home that much. He's keeping himself busy, because who knows how long this shutdown is going to be, right? So he's finding work in other places, and he's so good at that. Like, all he has to do is put out the word he's looking for work, and he has work. And I try to put him to work printing sublimation, pressing pictures for me, which he did one day, and he did a really good job. So if he runs out of work to do around town, I'm putting him to work at the heat press. Laurel says Dolly has the best of both worlds. She is spoiled rotten. They're just laying out there in the grass next to the farm stand. Every once in a while a car goes by. I wonder if they even see them. It's good for him, though. You know what I'm saying? It's good for him. Wish I could show you. Oh, you know what? I think I can show you. Bear with me for just a second. Let's see if this camera can pick it up. I'm sure he won't mind. Let's see if that camera will pick it up. This one? Oh, it's too bright over there. It's too bright. Because the sun is finally shining. I wonder, give me just a second, y'all. I'll see if I can fix that. Dun, 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 dun. Nope. You can just barely see them. The screen's gonna mess it up too, but plus the crepe myrtle little limb is in front of them. So never mind. Anyway, it's super cute. She just loves them. Wanda, you're not missing much. Today we're just chit-chatting, and only for a little bit because I gotta get in the kitchen. Tomorrow is the last farmers market that the Women's Club is going to participate in. And so I'll be at a booth for that. And then the kids are coming for an early supper after that. I just saw that Donna asked, did Daniel get a long arm? Did Daniel get a you? Oh, I missed something. Hold on. Daniel, did you get a long arm? Or Daniel said, teach him to run the long arm. Teach Harlan to run the long arm. He actually loves to use the long arm, but not so much with the computer, just like doing it free motion and just really just drawing with it. You know what I'm saying? But he hasn't messed with it since we moved 2 times ago. Darlene, I think my days of being a slacker and not participating in much are over. Unbeknownst to some people around here. Oh, no, you didn't get a long arm. Okay. I thought I missed something. I would tell you, if, speaking of Daniel and Pixel Quilts, are y'all in the creative crew? Have y'all seen Daniel's Pixel Quilt of his grandson? Let me just tell you, that looks like an actual picture. I was so proud of him with that. Oh, Davy said if I get down to roll around with my brother's dogs, I'd probably never be able to walk again. They're so big and jumpy. Well, Dolly's not jumpy, but she loves to roll on the ground. She weighs about 135 pounds. Let me just tell you, she has started sleeping in our bed. And we made the mistake, she didn't sleep with us for since we got her. But we made a mistake of calling her up the stairs one day. And now she'll go sit by the stairs like it's time to go to bed. And if we make it up the stairs without her realizing it, we'll get in bed, and next thing we know, we hear her coming up the stairs. So we've started something. And she takes up a whole half of our bed. Just her. Darlene said he will. I will tell you, I see a long arm in Daniel's future. I see a long arm in Daniel's future. Bed warmer. Yes, she is so hot too, y'all. And I'm running on hot most of the time. Especially in the middle of the night, I wake up and I'm so hot. But when you have a great big dog, you wake up and it's breathing right in your face. Last night she was dreaming that she was running. And she was running and all of her feet were on my back. Steffi said, Daniel makes so many quilts, he will get one. I think it would benefit for him to get one. I'm a huge enabler. And what's really awesome is I'm hoping Daniel goes to the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Festival in February. And they have tons of long arms he could experiment with. and see what he thinks. I don't know if I'd call that a massage, Mimsy, because it did not feel good at all. It didn't. All right, y'all. I'm keeping this short and sweet. Speaking of farmers market, was it the last time the Women's Club did the farmers market? It was for market days. I had some company. I had a visitor. Miss Jane came to see me. And let me just tell you, I was so dang excited to see her. I was busy. What was I doing? Probably just talking. And I looked up and there she was. And let me just tell you, that made my whole week. So, if y'all are local, and you want some yummy sandwich rolls, I plan on having a bunch there. But I don't know if I'm going to be there the whole time. I plan on being there around 9 o'clock in the morning. But I don't know what time I'm leaving. And let me just tell you, my bread sells fast. All right, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic week. I'm sorry this is so short, but I really don't have anything else to say. And usually when that happens, I end up regretting it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just have diarrhea of the words. Do you know what I mean? And then I end the live and I'm like, Lisa, that was so stupid. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. If you're on Patreon, I'll see you Sunday. I'm not making tiny houses. I'm doing bindings, but hope to see you there. And don't forget, it is the start of several quilt retreats. Darlene sent me a message. Not this weekend though, because I will probably not be near my computer, but like Monday, Tuesday-ish. And Steffi sent me a message next Friday. And I'll see y'all next Friday for part 8, where we finish up the deer heads, right? And I hope you're having so much fun with this. Don't forget, the applique version of this is free right now, and it's free through Sunday. So Thursday through Sunday, the applique version is free, right? Monday morning, it goes in the Etsy shop. So don't forget, grab it while it's free. It's $1.88 if you forget, right? But grab it while it's free, y'all. Okay? And I hope you have a fantastic week. I'll see you next Friday. Bye, everybody. I'm going to go make some chocolate cake and bread.
In the quiet of the evening light, with needles dancing, stitching inside each patch of story, every thread unbinding love and fabric where we belong. Every stitch a whispered prayer, in every corner I find you there. Oh, sweet patchwork of our days, stitched together in so many ways. With every thread, our lives entwined in this cool to love, our hearts aligned.